Hi, I'm Denny and welcome to Raven Studios. So today we're going to go back to basics and we are going to have a look at drum machines. And these are the Roland Cloud VST drum machines of the famous 606, 707, 727, the 808 and the 909. Now, when these first came out, I did have a play around with them, but I didn't really get into them so much. I always used the Drummerzon and the Neferton, which are the 808 and the 909 VSTs. I have to say, I recently got back into the Roland Cloud stuff and they are amazing. You can do some wicked stuff with them and they sound great. So I thought, let's do a video on them. I can show you exactly what they do. And you know, if you get a really good drum groove, that is basically the basis and backbone of a great house music record. So let's dive in and take a look. Okay, so now I'm in my DAW. As you can see, I'm in Cubase, but as always, this is fully transferable to whichever DAW you're using. So if you're in Ableton, Logic, FL Studio, whatever you're using, this will work exactly the same. So all you have to do is open it up as a VST. Now, I'm going to start with the 909, and the reason for that is, if you watch any of my videos, you'll know I'm a huge 909 fan. Reason being is I love the rawness of the kick. I think it's got a real punch to the kick drum, and you know, the 808's great, but I find it's better for like organic house, techno, melodic techno, and hip hop. Obviously, that was a huge part of the hip hop movement, was the sound of the 808. So I thought the 909 would be a great place to start. And also, a lot of these work basically the same. They might look differently, but they're kind of the same, exactly the same really to use. So when you open it up, it just looks like that, which is an exact emulation of the analog synth drum, the actual physical drum machine. So when you do that, what it does is it automatically maps each sound to a key on your keyboard. So there's the kick drum, the bass drum, sorry, on here. You've got the rim shot. There you can see when I'm hitting it, it's lighting up. Clap there. Snare. Low tom. You got the closed hi-hat. Another low tom on that one. The MIDI. The mid tom. Another closed hat there. Mid tom. Crashes. Then you got the ride. So the good thing about that is it gives you the full control really to change and manipulate each one of the sounds. So say if I want to go, let's go to the tom here, the mid tom. So I can change the tuning. So if there's, you know, if something's not sitting right with the track that you're working on, you can literally go in and just change it all, just exactly like you can on the actual analog synth, which is great. Now, what's really cool about this and what I love is it comes with a load of presets, and it comes with preset patterns and kits. So for instance, if I go down here and I'll just pick, let's have a little look. So let's pick one of these. Let's pick that. When I hit my space bar, it will automatically start playing. What I'm going to actually do is set up a 16-bar loop here in my DAW, just to basically work within that realms. But if I hit space bar, it will trigger this automatically. There, can you hear? That's a really nice pattern. Loads of different patterns. So they've got all sorts in here. Techno. Got like DJ Pierre's done some. Okay, so let's just use this. We'll use this pattern, but then if I like the kind of vibe of it, but I want to change the kits, I can do that. So it's playing the same pattern, but through a different drum kit sound. Again, I'm going to go, let's go in here. There we go, so let's keep that in. So as you can see, this is really, really quick for getting an idea down. If you're just wanting a groove, or you're stuck, or you want some inspiration, just get on here and start jamming. Now, that's all great. But you might be wondering, like, how do I control this? How can I change it? So all you have to do is hit this little edit button here, and then that gives you the sequencer. Now the other cool thing is so the way that this works is it works in kind of 4-bar loops, like that. But can you see up here it's got A, B, C, and D. So when you hit each one on this, it'll get to the end of the 4 bars, and then it'll change if you click one of those. So if I click, see that? It's the same groove, but just with different variations of it. Click C. If I hit A again, no. Which is great. So the other thing is if you're liking a groove or you're liking a vibe of something, then but you want to kind of tweak it and make it your own. Obviously you can manipulate all the tuning and the levels, etc. You know, work on the attacks, decays, all that kind of thing. Have a play around up here. But what you can also do is on here you could just use the sequencer and add things or take things away. So you know, I might feel like putting a couple of claps in. Just draw them in like that. And then the cool thing is if you are liking that vibe, you might think, right, I want to get that into my DAW, into the project. What do I do? You can literally grab where it says A, sorry, down here, and just drag it in. And if you look, it gives you the MIDI of the drum machine, which is there. So you can actually also draw it in. So if I just play this. But then what I could do is if I want, I'll just do a little 4-bar loop here. If I like one of the variations as well, I can go back into the synth. And then if I just, if I play it here. So like the one with the kick out. I might like that one, which is C. I can just grab C here. And then that'll give me the MIDI there. So the one thing to bear in mind as well is, if you're playing it and triggering it, what you'll have to do is just take off. If you want to play it off the MIDI trigger here, just take all the lights out here. Once you've got your pattern and you're happy with it. And then it'll play. So if I just take these out. And then it'll just trigger off the MIDI and not play on top of it. So that's it now. So we've actually taken that off the drum machine. Now we've got full control here and we can just go into the MIDI. So let's do this. Let's leave that. So now we've got all the drums in there. So let's just make this an 8-bar loop. And then I think what I'll do is on the last one here is I'll just take the kick drum off, I reckon. So that's these 4 here. So that's it. We've got a really good little basic drum groove there. And if I want to as well, obviously I can go onto these and then hit. So I can just record in the MIDI of the drum machine if I need to. So say if I want a hi-hat, maybe that hi-hat's a little bit too long, I would say. So that's my closed hat. You can see it's there lighting up where it says closed here. So then all you have to do is go up here to your hi-hat and then stop there. Can you see it says CH decay? That means closed hat decay, and that says OH, that's open hat. So let's make that a little bit tighter. Right, and then we can do. See, I could draw a 16th in there, so you could just record it in actually. You see that? It just records it in and then you can quantize it. and then that'll give me full control. So it's that easy, you know, and it's so quick. That's the thing that I love about it. It's just so quick. So there's not really any reason to kind of get stuck now. You know, if you're looking for inspiration, and there you see. So just copy that over. Get that quantized on there. Lovely stuff. I'll just copy that over again. So we've got that new version now with the hat, which actually works really nicely. So we get rid of these. So you can just build and just create a groove really quickly. So on that last one, we'll take out the last. Let's take out the last two bass drums, which are there. Again, if you like it, but then you're still not feeling the kit, let's just change the kit. See, they're just slight variations of the sound. You can always go, you see this is in the techno kits, oh sorry, the Tajada kits, let's go in here. Again, what you'll have to do is just take the lights out if you want to. If you change the actual sound, the pattern, sorry. So it's not the pattern we want, it's more the kits. So if I just take, do you know what? Let's go to another one. And if you'd like to watch the rest of this video, please go to www.theravenstudios.com.